Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Conservation Diaries. This week, we started off with a superb sighting of the Nambiti boys, right behind the spa here at Lapalala. The boys were spotted right in front of the lodge, when suddenly one of them decided to bolt off towards Turkana on the left-hand side of the lodge, and the other followed swiftly. And to our surprise, they managed to bring down a young kuru calf. We watched patiently as they continued feeding. The Duggar boys were out in full force this week, as we spotted this male just on the northern side of the Lapalala bridge, and he moved away swiftly to get a little bit more alone time. In this next clip, we have a tree squirrel alarm calling for a black-shouldered kite. Have a listen to this little one's alarm calls. With elephant sightings on the rise here at Lapalala, it was great to spend a little bit more time this week with the herd on the southern side of Kolobi. Elephants have a phenomenal sense of smell. The wind direction was blowing from my vehicle towards this individual, and you can clearly see that it was trying to give the air a good sniff just to figure out what's happening in its environment. The elephant has the capacity to remember a whole host of smells, hence the term, an elephant never forgets. We had an extremely brief viewing of the wild dogs this past week, as these two males were spotted moving along Founder's Main. For this next clip, you might want to turn up the volume. It is with great excitement that we can share that we had a very successful full day of hyena viewing. We spotted these two individuals in the morning, and in the afternoon they were lying in exactly the same spot. With the female being pregnant, she could be on the lookout for a possible place to den. Some great excitement in the coming weeks or months for new cubs on the property. LM2 and LM4 were seen recently just south of Sulu Plains, with all accounts showing that they seem to be on honeymoon. LF4's youngsters seem to have left her side. It is a theory, however, as the cubs are a little bit too young to have left her side completely. At just around a year and 4 months, this is just below the normal 2-year threshold when young cubs will leave their mom's side permanently. LM2's belting his heart out seems to have done the job. What would the Conservation Diaries be without a video of the Nambiti boys hanging around a tree, scent marking, or climbing up? With the fact that cheetahs have semi-retractable claws, this makes it extremely tough for them to climb to the heights that you'd expect a leopard would. Cheetahs will, however, climb up to heights of between 1 to 1.5 meters. Cheetahs will very often use termite mounds or even tree limbs just to gain a bit of a height advantage. Now they do this just to have a little bit of a look around to see if there are in fact any predators that might be in the vicinity that could look at trying to attack them. We had a couple of hot days on the reserve in the middle of the week, as can be seen by this Duggar boy who clearly has had a little bit of a roll around in the mud. Duggar boys, as the name suggests, need to roll around in the mud, which is their version of Factor 50. Not only does it protect their vulnerable skin from the sun, but it also helps to alleviate little ectoparasites that cause a bit of a skin itch for this animal, making it very uncomfortable. So from all of us here at Tinswalo, where conservation never stops, we'll catch you all next time.